Right, the movie that just can't seem to start. Highlander with Henry Cavill. It's been delayed again. Production has now been pushed to early 2026. Not through any fault of the studio or those working on it, aside from, and it's not really his fault, Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill has sustained an injury, which is really sad. Like, that's not good. I do find it just somewhat comical, not that he's injured, but somewhat comical that this movie just cannot catch a break. Just cannot catch a break. So they were trying to get it off the ground for a while. I think it was with Lionsgate off the top of my head. And then they have to sell it. They're like ready to go. They sell it to Amazon, MGM. And they're like, yeah, we're ready to go. We're getting the cast together. And then boom. More delays. God damn. It's just bad. Real bad. So I thought we'd take a look at this. Please do hit subscribe. Turn those bell notifications on. And let's dive into it, right? So this isn't good, right? Like, none of my sort of humor elements there is directed at Cavill. Or the movie itself, you know. Like, I think it's a shame. But certainly a shame that he's injured. So, it says this. We hear that Henry Cavill was injured during pre-production whilst training for Amazon MGM Studios' United Artists Highlander set. So as a result, production will be delayed on the Chad Stahelski directed reboot of the cult IP until likely top of next year. That's a major delay. That is a major delay. Now, we do know that they were... I mean, look, Henry Cavill's no spring chicken anymore, right? Like, he is getting older. You know, he's still... larger, more physical than most people, for sure. More athletic. But as you get older, doing these without knowing the details, this is just my speculation and just sort of broad statement. You get injured. You just get injured. Training your ability to recover, the elasticity of your connective tissue just isn't the same. You become more injury prone. And again, without knowing the details, I'd say that's probably what's happened. I'd say he, got training and just became injured like that. Unless it's something more severe, and then maybe we'll find out moving forwards. Who knows? But this is a huge delay. It's a huge bloody delay. So the Michael Finch penned movie also stars Russell Crowe, Marissa Abela, Karen Gillan, Jamon Honsu, Dave Bautista, and Max Zhang. So producers include UA's Scott Stuber, Nick Nesbitt alongside Neil H. Moritz, Stahelski's banner 8711 Entertainment, Josh Davis, and Davis Panzer Productions, and Louise Rosner. So UA secured full rights to the 1986 original, with potential to also develop a new series. Lionsgate initially developed the project. Did I say it was Lionsgate? I think it did. It was so weird. They were developing it, they were working on it, developing it, and then Chad Stahelski was like, yeah, so we're going to need like this budget. And Lionsgate were like, nope, see ya. We're not doing that. So Lionsgate sold a fully developed project to Amazon MGM. So bizarre. I mean, kudos to them for making money, right? Like they developed it and then just sold it on. I mean, that is good. It's a weird thing to sell on, though. You'd think that they'd want to keep it, but never mind. Because I think this will do pretty well. So the original 1986 Highlander starred Christopher Lambert, Sean Connery, and portrayed the climax of an ancient battle between immortal warriors that unfolded through interwoven past and present day storylines. The movie gained a huge following during the 80s home video era, spawning multiple sequels, a beloved TV series, and an enduring fan base. The first movie was directed by Russell Mulcahy. God, I'm butchering that. And was produced by Peter S. Davis and William N. Panzer. So, I mean, it is pretty bad. People are like, Superman curse. This project can't catch a break. I hope it doesn't kill it. Yeah, this is the thing, right? This is a delay. Because that's a huge delay, right? Pushed to early 2026. That's not a small delay. That's a big delay. You could shoot a whole film in 3 months, right? That's just what you could do. But a 12-week delay is kind of standard injury sort of rehab. So quite possibly it is actually just some soft tissue damage. But it's everyone else's schedule that puts this on thin ice. I don't think this will kill it, but it definitely has the potential to. Just dependent on everyone else's schedule. And people want to see it, you know. It better not. I also hope they don't go too big. Otherwise, it'll end up like all the sequels. Keep it simple. Yeah, it just needs to be real simple, low-key, tight movie. Can they please get him for X-Men? Wolverine, Cyclops, Magneto. God, please no. Please no. I think Mr. Cavill, Henry Cavill, probably should not be in Marvel or X-Men or anything like that. I think it was EW that initially broke it. But they haven't said what it is either. So I'm a bit confused with who's doing what, where, why. But yeah, it was EW that broke it. The former Man of Steel and Witcher star was training for what promises to be another stunt-filled title. And that is the thing. This is supposed to be really, like, full of action. There's supposed to be swords, guns, stunt-filled, etc., etc. So I presume it's that. I'm trying to think what Henry Cavill's done lately. And it's not a lot, is it? Like, it's not a ton of sort of athletic stunt work. You know, he was doing The Witcher for a while, which put him in good stead. You know, with all the sword play and things like that. But then he's not really been doing a lot of films like that for some time. And if you're starting to build back up to doing that level of sort of action and athleticism on film, yeah, like you definitely run the risk of being injured, like, for sure. But they say, yeah, the extent of the injuries is not known. And Deadline was first to report the news. Were they really? Why didn't they say exclusive then? And why does EW say EW has learned when Deadline said that they've learned? This is so bizarre. Never mind. Super, super odd. But yeah, I think this is a shame. This movie literally just cannot catch a break. I'm excited for it though. I think this will be good. You know, there's a lot of elements here that make it very, very positive. Chad Stahelski, Henry Cavill, Karen Gillan. Like, I really like Karen Gillan. And Jimon Honsu, right? Like, he's a great actor. So, I'm here for this. I hope it's not, you know, I hope this isn't a kiss of death. But there you go. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. Take care. Bye-bye now.